Hey everybody, it's Friday again, which means I'm back for another edition of Fantastic Friday. I hope everyone has had an awesome week. I know it's been a long one for me and I'm really looking forward to the weekend. I'm sitting here in my kitchen. I just finished my most favorite and healthiest meal of the day, Shakeology. And I thought, sorry, that's a little gross, but I just finished it. I thought I would talk a little bit today about meal planning. This is something that I have started doing and has become kind of a habit and just part of my routine. And it's something I've been doing for a long time. Back in my Weight Watcher days, I did it. And it keeps me organized and it keeps me on track because when I have a plan in place, I'm more likely to stick to it versus just going freewheeling. So I thought I would just share with you some of the techniques that I've used that work for me. They may not necessarily work for you, but it's a good starting point. You always hear that when you're trying to lose weight, nutrition is about 80% of the formula to make that happen, while exercise is 20%. And it's really, really true. I definitely found that to be true. When I was doing Weight Watchers several years ago, I lost almost 20 pounds, and that was without really doing the kinds of exercise that I'm doing now. It was 100% focused on the nutrition I was eating and making sure that I was staying on point with what I was feeding myself. So I'm definitely a believer in that 80-20 philosophy. And it's hard. I can tell you that the nutrition part of it is the hard part of the battle. I mean, you can wake up every day, do your exercise, and it's done. You don't have to worry about it. It's done for the day and out of your mind. But with the nutrition side of it, it's a daily battle. Every time you sit down to eat, you get to choose whether you're going to put something healthy and clean in your body to help you get energized and stay nourished, or are you going to choose something that maybe will taste good in the beginning, but in the long term, it may not be the healthiest thing for your body. So, we all have moments of weakness. I definitely do. I try to stick to my plan as much as possible, but there are definitely moments of straying. This weekend, Ed and I are going away without the kids, so I'm sure there'll be some indulgences since we're going to the Baltimore Orioles game. Very excited. But anyways, just a little insight to how I plan. So every weekend, usually on Sunday when Andrew's napping or when the boys are down, I will pull out some of my favorite resources along with my handy dandy Excel printed sheet that lists all of the days and all of the meals. And I leave it on my fridge. Here it is. And essentially, I map out what I am going to eat for every meal for the week. And yes, totally OCD, but definitely keeps me on track more than if I didn't have this. And I go even a step further, as you can see. I use my son's markers to color code what containers I'm having at those meals so that I can keep track of my container count. So typically, I will fill in my breakfast. I know I'm going to have Shakeology for breakfast every day. It is my go-to. I work out in the morning, and then after I'm done, I drink my Shakeology, and it just keeps me feeling full, refuels me after my workout, and it's great. And then I go to dinner. I usually try to figure out what we're going to eat for dinner, and because that tends to have more of the container. So, I have a lot of old favorites that I use that are just, in my head, but a lot of times I will go to some resources, including, the Fixate cookbook. This is a cookbook that Autumn Calabrese has published, and it's filled with great recipes, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, all different kinds of stuff. She's from a big Italian family, and she took a lot of her grandmother's recipes and kind of made them a little bit lighter so that they fit into her plan. And you can see she puts the container equivalents as well as nutritional information. So if you're not following the container program, but you are watching your calories or your fat or your sodium, you know exactly what's in each of the recipes. So it's a really great resource. I've cooked a bunch of different things and everything's been great so far. My other go-to is one of my favorites. It is Skinny Taste. Skinny Taste is essentially a blog by a gal named Gina, and I found it a long time ago, and I actually registered to get the emails in my inbox, and every day I get a new recipe, and every day it's awesome, it's delicious. So she published this cookbook, and it's like my Bible. I use it all the time. She has great different recipes. It's all, you know, I even write notes in them. These lamb skewers, really delicious, would work great on lamb chops too. So I try to make notes for myself to make sure that if I made it and I liked it, we get a thumbs up. If it's not that great, I will let it know. But it's a really great resource, so I highly recommend either getting the cookbook or signing on to her blog. And more importantly, this guy is with me all day. My water. I make sure that I stay hydrated. I drink about 4 of these a day, which means I'm going to the bathroom a lot, but that's okay. It's keeping me hydrated and actually keeps me full, and it does all the things that water is supposed to do for you. So that's kind of a rundown of how I do meal planning. It works for me. I do it on Sundays so that I can have a plan for the week. I go grocery shopping. I do some prep work so that, you know, during the week things are smooth, and it really helps me stay on target. Now, yes, there are things in the house that tempt me, and yes, I do sometimes indulge, but this is a lifestyle, and I can't avoid Hershey Kisses at all costs. So in life, some Hershey Kisses will appear. So that's kind of what I do. There are tons of tools out there. There's apps. I know there's a 21-day fix app where you could track your containers. I use it. It's great. There's a lot of online resources, and I highly recommend that you find what works for you, because if you are working with something that is cumbersome and not anything that will work for you, you're gonna abandon it. So I highly recommend finding the system that matches your lifestyle and sticking with it. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Bye.